Hi everyone, welcome back to the Only Shade Drops channel and welcome back to a new prediction video. I already did the first semi-final prediction video. It was quite complicated. The first semi-final is very competitive and is quite a bloodbath. But now we have to predict the second semi-final. I know it's a bit less competitive one, but it's also quite a hard one to predict because there are a lot of songs that feel that they can qualify, but will they? There are a lot of things like the stagings that we don't know and all. We don't know if some of the singers will be good vocally live, so that will be really hard to predict. These are my predictions before the rehearsals, because we all know after the rehearsals everything will change. We'll go with 4 categories: 300% qualifiers, 3 safe qualifiers, 3 borderline qualifiers, and the spicy shock qualifier. Let's start now with the 100% qualifiers.
Fall from the sky.
And the first one is Austria. Who the Hell is Edgar by Thea and Selena. Okay, we still don't know how this will be live, but based on the studio version, I just can't see this not winning the semi-final. It's a party anthem, it's a banger, it just disconnect your brain and have fun. So yeah, like I said, pure fun. Like we saw how this kind of songs can really do well if they are executed well. Like we saw last year, even if it's a very different song, Moldova, it was in the fun category. It was a banger in the televote. But then there are cases like Gendrik, which didn't do well at all. So I think this one is more on the Moldova side, and I hope staging wise it will be great, because it would be a shame to really not manage to get the full potential this song has only because of a bad staging or a bad vocal performance. But I believe in Austria this year. Last year I was not confident about Austria, and yeah, they proved that I was right to not be confident. But this year I'm pretty sure they're winning the semi-final and qualifying, and even in the final I think they will get a top 5 televote score. I don't know if the juries will like it, but televote wise this will do amazing in the final. So now let's move on to the second 100% qualifier. Georgia, Echo by Iru Hachanogi. That was a pretty hard one to pinpoint, but then I was checking a bit the reactions in the fandom, how it did on the charts and all, and also the song itself sounds quite competitive, but also needed to wait for some pre-party's performance to be sure about her vocals. She is great vocally, and her song is pretty competitive. I don't agree with some that will say it's a possible dark horse for the win. I think it can get a left side of scoreboard result, maybe if they do a good staging. Top 10 maybe, but it's never gonna be close to the win. I think I may be wrong, but I really don't see it managing to do that well. But in this semi-final I think it's a 100% sure qualifier. I mean, this is just very solid, and we saw that Eero really can perform. So yeah, I think Georgia is finally gonna be back to the grand final. and I would really be happy about that. And now let's move on to the third 100% qualifier, Slovenia. I see what you're all saying. Okay, it's safe, but we would put Armenia above it. Why did I put Slovenia above Armenia? It's not because I think Slovenia is more competitive. It's first because of the 100% televote thing. Because see, Slovenian song is very catchy. The singers are charismatic. They know how to perform. It got that little bit of a Maroon 5 vibe. Armenia is great. I love it. I like it more than Slovenia, but I think Slovenia will probably end up a bit higher in the semi-final. I think Armenia will beat it in the final because of the running order also, because they gave the death slot to Armenia and Slovenia got a pretty nice running order. Yeah, that's why I put Slovenia more in the 100% safe qualifiers. This is just very solid stuff. So yeah, the 300% safe qualifiers: Austria, Georgia, Slovenia. So now let's move on to the safe qualifiers. And the first one here is one I just talked about, Armenia. Armenia is very powerful. It's short qualifier. The only reason why I didn't put it in the 100% category is because it got the death slot. Now yeah, I know it's between Denmark and Romania, you will say, two not very competitive songs, even if they might surprise, but even if it will stand out, I don't see it ending up higher than the three I said previously. In the semi-final, I actually think in the final it will probably do better than Slovenia and maybe than Georgia. I think Armenia can maybe get left side of scoreboard result because she is great live. We saw it in the pre-party, and I really hope that they will have a great staging, because this, with the great staging, with that final part of the song in Armenian can be so powerful on stage, and I want to see it. I want to see that bringing out its full potential. So yeah, I think Armenia is a safe qualifier. And now I'm going to move on to the next one. The next one is Australia, promised by Voyager. Rock song tend to do well with televotes. Also, Voyager are pretty popular in the fan base. I know it doesn't influence that much on the result, but we all know it can add a little bit of thing. People will probably remember Dreamer, even if we know it's different in Eurovision because it's more the casual audience that tends to judge, and most of them will not remember Dreamer, but then the fan base is again a big part of the voting and can influence, and Voyager are very popular here. Australia has very strong, catchy song that can do well with the televote. They're pretty safe, I think, especially in this semi-final. Yeah, even if in semi-final 1 I think they would qualify, and they might actually do well in the final televote, maybe get left side of scoreboard results in the televote. I'm not sure how the juries will react to this one. The doubt I have about this one for the final is the juries. I don't really know. We'll probably see a bit clearer when we'll get the rehearsals, but now in 100% televote semi-final, this for me is an absolute safe qualifier. And now let's move on to our last safe qualifier, Belgium, Because of You by Gustav. When it won the national final, everyone was like, no, this is trash, this is never qualifying. And now, out of sudden, people seem to suddenly think, yeah, it's gonna qualify. I believed in it since the first day, really. It's 100% televote semifinal. And there's a party anthem. Plus, it got a pretty good running order. So, I don't see how this won't qualify. We see that Gustav can really sing. The staging in the national final was pretty good, and the backing vocalists add pretty much to it. They're really an essential part of the song, and we already know that Gustav will bring them. So I think Belgium is a safe qualifier, and it would be deserved, I think, for Gustav after all the hate he got after winning the national final. And there he will go, show them that yes, he won the national final, and he's bringing Belgium again to the final. So now we're done with the safe qualifiers. Let's go to a bit of a spicy category, the borderline qualifiers. And the first one here is Estonia. Estonia, why do I put it in borderline? Why do I put it below the 6 others? Why do I put it below Belgium, Australia and all? First of all, it's 100% televote semi-final. Once again, Estonia is a ballet. I'm not saying ballet are not doing well in televotes and all, but Estonia is not the type of ballet that goes bang in the televote. It's the type of ballet that does alright. And I think it will end up lower than Belgium, Australia, Slovenia, Armenia and all. But still, I think even if it's in the borderline category, I think it's pretty safe to say that Estonia will qualify. And actually, I think in the grand final, the juries will absolutely love this. They might even rank it in their personal top 10, I think. But I'm not sure if the televote will follow in the final. Yeah, but I think it will be enough to qualify in the semi-final. I think Alika with her song Bridges will manage to make it. So now let's move on to the 8th borderline qualifier, and here it got a bit hard because you see most of the remaining songs seem to have similar chances, but the next one I wanted to put is Lithuania. First of all, got a good draw. I'm not saying about the draw running order, but about with who it got in the semi-final. It has United Kingdom, Diaspora, Estonia, I think even Poland. There's big Lithuanian Diaspora there if I remember well. So I think Lithuania already with the Diaspora could go around 12 in the semi-final. Add to this that the song is just powerful and really touching, and yeah, it's one of my favorites of the year. I think Lithuania has really a shot to make it, and I think they will be making it. And Monica is such a great performer. She knows how to perform this song. She has already been to Eurovision, and I think the staging will be good. Already the national final one was pretty nice, and I think here again Lithuania will manage to make it to the final. And yeah, I think the song is just good enough to make it. And yeah, it's not as sure or safe qualifiers, but I still think it's gonna make it. So yeah, now let's move on to the to the 9th one. I feel like I have a bit of a flu, I'm sorry. So the 9th one is Cyprus. Okay, why do I put Cyprus below Lithuania, below Estonia? I think based on studio, Cyprus is more competitive. However, his performance of his song last year in Australia Decides was not very good. It was alright. But here we have a problem. It's that there are these high notes in the chorus will just be very hard to manage to pull off live, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. If he's gonna be able to make it, just huge kudos to him. That would be amazing, and he would just go, for me, if he manages to pull it off, he would go above Belgium, above Australia in my list of safe qualifiers. But that's why I put him now in borderline, because I have some doubts about that. Also, I don't know how they will stage this, so we'll all know. It will all get a bit clearer during the rehearsals. So now we got our 300% qualifiers, our 3 safe qualifiers, our 3 borderline qualifiers. Now it's time for the shock qualifier. And the song I predict to be the shock qualifier is Iceland, Power by Dilia. Why do I put this as a qualifier? Why do I think it's more competitive than Denmark, Greece, Poland? First of all, the vocal performance is great. She knows how to perform it. They can really level up this staging, I think. Even if it's pretty good, but if it gets leveled up, it would be even better. And the song is just strong enough, I feel, to manage to make it to the final. I'm a bit surprised that the bookmakers don't put it in their qualifier lists. But yeah, that's a bit the reason why I decided to put it in the shock qualifiers list, because of the bookmakers. But yeah, I think Iceland will go to the final again, because it's not impressive, but it's the kind of song almost everyone will like, and a lot of people will just grab the phone for it and send their votes to Iceland. It got maybe a bit hurt by not having Finland, Sweden or Norway, but it got Denmark there, got maybe Estonia and Lithuania that might vote for it. So add to this the fact that the song is pretty good. Yeah, I think Iceland is qualifying. So yeah, these were my 10 qualifiers prediction. Let's talk a bit about what I think will be non-qualifiers. We'll do this a bit fast. So we got Albania, my personal #1 of the year, and yeah, I really hope to be wrong about this one, but I don't really see Albania making it, because yeah, it has that dramatic Balkan ballad touch and all, but I don't see it beating Cyprus or Iceland or Lithuania. If Cyprus doesn't manage to have decent vocals, if he misses the performance, then I think Albania would be the 10th qualifier. But yeah, I think Albania and her family will have a hard time managing to making it. But I hope they can manage to qualify, even if I don't think they will for now. But we'll see when the rehearsals will come, if with a great staging and all, it can actually have a chance to make it. Then we have Poland, Solo by Blanka. A bit of a Cyprus last year case, like yeah, the song is catchy, the vocals are very bad. I'm sorry to Blanka, but yeah, but still Cyprus managed to make it with the televote, so maybe Poland has a chance, but I don't see it for now. Then it has a bit of diaspora too. So yeah, Poland is not dead. Then we get to Greece, which the bookmakers predicted to qualify. I don't see it qualifying at all. It's just some sad, kind of sad ballet, kind of a ballet, and I don't see the televote going for it. It's a bit like Switzerland, but it's way less competitive than Switzerland already. Switzerland in this semi-final, I would have said could have qualified, and yeah, I would put it in my qualifiers prediction. But Greece, no, I don't think they will qualify. Then here we get Denmark. I don't know who will grab the phone to vote for Denmark. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, cause yeah, I probably suck at predictions, so let's see. Maybe their staging or something will be good, and also we saw that Reali's vocals are not perfect. Yeah. Then we get to Romania. I don't know what to say about Romania. I just don't see really anyone grabbing the phone to vote for this one. Yeah, I don't really see Romania making it. I'm sorry. And well, then we get San Marino, which is a bit hopeless, even if I kind of enjoy it. But can you see really people going to vote for San Marino? Me neither. So yeah, if any of my non-qualifiers predictions could make it, I think it will be Albania, and I hope they will make it, or Poland. But the rest, I don't think so, except if they come up with really great stagings and live performances, vocally and all. But yeah, I don't see it. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching this video. It was my qualifiers prediction for the second semi-final of Eurovision 2023. If you liked it, put a like, subscribe and join our Discord channel. Link is in description below. See you there. Bye bye.